Welcome to the Onyx Path News. Yes, we are back at scheduled time and scheduled day. We're back for a Monday news item, and it's good to be back. I had a week off, somewhat of a week off. There's an interesting story there that I won't be sharing. I am always glad to be back speaking with you fine people about Onyx Path Publishing and the games we have going on. The Abyssal's Indiegogo campaign is still ongoing, and it is linked right below. You can click it there and get on board the Abyssal's train. It is currently roaring along, and I've already spent a lot of time in previous Onyx Path newses talking about that campaign. What's more, we have released a whole batch of episodes on the Onyx Pathcast. So if you're more of a podcast listener than a video viewer, do check out the Onyx Pathcast, where we talk about the Onyx, where we talk about Abyssals with the creators, where we create characters for Abyssals. We do a lot of Abyssals stuff, and I would love it if people check it out. It is my favorite of the exalted types, so do give it a look. We have also released a brand new product because, as you know, every Wednesday we release something new, and last Wednesday we released the Laboratory of the Diabolical Doctor, which sounds like it could be Beyond the Grave. It sounds like it could be classified, but instead, no. This one is for Trinity Continuum Adventure. And it is a wonderful little tasty bit with a fantastic new antagonist, lots of story hooks, and of course, lots of playable material. You've got maps, you've got counters, you've got everything you need to get going. And I mentioned all of these other games, well, things like they came from Classified, they came from Beyond the Grave, because the best thing about the tasty bits that we release every single month, and we release one a month, is so many of them can be used across multiple games. We're giving you a new map that you can use. We're giving you new antagonists and story hooks that can be used and can so easily be adopted, ported over to World of Darkness, Chronicles of Darkness, Scion, Trinity. They came from a lot of our games are covered. So do give it a look. I would very much appreciate it, especially as these things only tend to cost a couple of dollars at a time. You know, there's really no excuse. So don't try making one. Hello to Schrodinger's cat, and I'm guessing it's Michael Kreis, but do tell me if I mispronounce your name. I'll try and remember it correctly for the next time. It could be Mikhail Kreis. Anyway, you've received a lot more attention than most of the people, than Schrodinger's cat, which is, I guess, ironic. Maxime Lemaire tells me my voice is always relaxing to listen to. Well, in that case, I will lower my tone even further so you can get off to sleep, or just get off and enjoy the rest of the Onyx Path news. Now, what else is there to talk about? I'm sure there's something big going on that I'm just pointedly avoiding, but let's move on to something else. Let's talk about what we've been up to over the last weekend. We have been all at sea at conventions. Some of us have been at Dragon Meet in London. Some of us have been at PAX Unplugged. Some of us have been at Illusion HorrorCon, and I'm going to be finding out from my colleagues how PAX went, how Dragon Meet went. I went to Illusion HorrorCon, where I ran a rather startling game of The World Below that involved our captive protagonists feeding the beast that had imprisoned them a corpse full of mushrooms and bombs, so like an explosive ravioli of a kind. It was a truly innovative way of getting out of their predicament that I've never encountered before, so kudos to them. Just going to show that you can come up with all kinds of very strange things in the world below as a means of escaping your peril. We've all been very busy with conventions over the weekend, but it's great that as the year comes to a close, we've got so many gaming things to get involved in with. And, you know, it always keeps us inspired. It means we get to talk on panels. It means we get to talk about new games. It allows us to play new games and run games we won't ordinarily get a chance to. Now, I've been running The World Below quite heavily now for 5 or 6 months, and before that even with playtesting, and there's been lots of iterations of the game now, and I'm really happy with where it is. My colleagues Danielle, Eddie, and I have been looking at the edited text of The World Below and making some adjustments to bring it into line with what we've got for ideas for things like At the Gates, which is an upcoming Onyx Path game set in the Earthbane cycle, which the World Below is a part of, as well as the Story Path Ultra book that we have got planned, which is going to be system or setting, I should say, agnostic. So that's a planned book for next year. But we've got a lot of things coming up, and we are always incredibly busy. Good news is, when it comes to the end of the year, we will take a little bit of time off as a company, but that doesn't mean we won't still release things. We always release something new every single Wednesday. It has happened since the company formed, and we show no signs of slowing down, which is really saying something, I think, for a company in this industry. There aren't many companies in the RPG industry that somehow release something new every single Wednesday and have consistently done so for over 10 years. So well done, Onyx Path, wherever you are. Oh yeah, there's me and others, of course. Incredibly talented creators at all levels of the company. So, what else do we have to talk about? Well, I've already mentioned Abyssals. I've already mentioned the Laboratory of the Diabolical Doctor. I've talked about our convention attendance. Game nights this month is going to be on the 29th of December. I know that people get incredibly busy around Christmas, around New Year, and so your mind may not be on gaming, but there's plenty of people as well who don't get busy, who may not be going to stay with family or may not be traveling. They may just be at home relaxing. You may be one of those precious few who can actually get like 2 weeks off of work. I remember when I used to get 2 weeks off of work. It was fantastic. And if you are, well, what better time than to ring in the end of the year, or ring out the end of the year and ring in the new by playing a game or running a game you don't normally get a chance to do. Start.Playing is the best venue to do that, because it is it's a site meant for hosting these things where you can put up your game, hang up your shingle, as it were, and attract new players. And that's what we want. We want people putting their games out there and finding a group that they don't normally get a chance to play with. This is how regular gaming groups form. And I can tell you, as someone with approximately 8 or 9 games a month, different games running a month, that it is possible to run a well-scheduled, like a fine machine, and a well-oiled machine game, or multiple games. You just need to get that scheduling in, and it always helps to have a repeat venue you can go back to. Start.Playing is a very good place to do that. So do consider it. The link is below if you want to do that on Start.Playing. And with that said, hello, Alain, by the way. And yes, I will have to do an ASMR They Came From video. Just lots of bubbles being blown into the water. That's just... the occasional scream, of course, from Beyond the Grave. What would the ASMR be for the other games? I guess Beyond the Grave. So They Came From Beneath the Sea would be someone going underneath the water. Beyond the Grave, probably a creaky door. Nice stock sound effect. Camp Murder Lake would be probably a woman's scream, or Crispin Glover's scream in his Friday the 13th tour de force, as he gets the corkscrew shoved into his hand. That's a good one. We could, with the classified, it would have to have pew, a sort of pistol and ricochet sound effect. What would Cyclops' Cave ASMR be? Maybe a bestial roar of some kind. I think it would have to be something almost dragon-like. Obviously, the Cyclops would play a part, a roar, and a boulder being thrown. Gosh, going all the way through the They Came Froms now. They came from the danger zone. You've either got a jet taking off, or chopper blades, or minigun being fired. Hell, you could just have Arnie go, "Get on the chopper, do it now." That isn't my best Arnold Schwarzenegger. I generally have to work my way up to Schwarzenegger with a, do it now. What you waiting for? I'm here, kill me. And so on, so it goes. So the ASMR for Danger Zone wouldn't exactly be relaxing. It would be energizing. You are one ugly person. Arnie can do calm as well. I'm a big fan of Kindergarten Cop. And obviously he is quite People always quote Kindergarten Cop with "There is no bathroom. You belong to me," and I don't know that he actually shouts it. Um, quite like that. I'm gonna have to rewatch it now. Put the cookie down. Oh, happy memories. I'm a big fan of Schwarzenegger movies. You know, they are, of course, problematic, but there is nothing wrong with enjoying problematic things as long as you acknowledge the problems and compel yourself to not repeat them. I think we can all agree to that. Anyway, I'll let you all post in the Onyx Path Discord what you think the best ASMR sounds for They Came From and our various other game lines would be. Maybe we can release an album, a Christmas album of sound effects. How about that? That would be something different for Onyx Path, wouldn't it? Now, I have rambled on long enough. Clearly, I'm enjoying myself too much because I need to get ready for the meeting coming up in 15 minutes. I see Nicholas is looking forward to Danger Zone, and Nicholas loved the Terminator movies growing up. Oddly, even though I completely acknowledge that Terminator and Terminator 2, anyway, are great movies, they are not in the upper echelons of my Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. I think Predator clearly has to be top flight. Commando is probably number 2 there. And I mean, there's such a range. Oddly, I think I'd have to go Kindergarten Cop. I think it's a lovely twist. Last Action Hero is a film I really enjoy still. There are some that I don't so much, like Jingle All the Way, although it does have Phil Hartman. I'll let you all debate it again. Go over to the Onyx Path Discord, enter this They Came From Classified channel. We can debate the finer points of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies over there. And in answer to the last question of this news, Night of the Day, good name, says, any Chronicles of Darkness books coming out? Yep, we've still got a few more, I think, on the schedule for Hunt of the Vigil, Changing the Lost. Trying to remember now, do we have any Mage the Awakening? I don't have the list in front of me. But we are very near the end of everything that we've got scheduled. Oh, and of course, there's another book coming out for Contagion Chronicles. So, yeah, there's some games, some books upcoming. Do not worry. And we'll have to see what the new year holds, won't we? Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Always appreciate it. And do back the Abyssal's Indiegogo campaign. There isn't that much longer to go, so back it before Christmas if you can. Thank you very much for watching.